India's skies are about to change forever. Forget imported tech. This is homegrown firepower, forged in Indian labs and tested in real combat. The Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, or AMCA, is not just a fighter jet, it's the ultimate symbol of India's defense revolution. Our next report telling you more.
India's 5.5 generation fighter isn't just a leap forward, it's a declaration. No more dependence on foreign jets, no more waiting for hand-me-downs. The AMCA is powered by the same indigenous innovation that stunned the world during Operation Sindoor. BrahMos, the supersonic missile that shredded enemy air defenses. Akash, the Indian-made shield that kept hostile skies clear. These aren't just weapons, they are proof that Indian technology can dominate the modern battlefield. Now similar spirit drives the AMCA, designed and built by Indian minds. This jet will be invisible to enemy radar, lethal in the skies, and smart enough to outthink its rivals. Internal weapons bays, cutting-edge stealth shaping, and AI-driven warfare systems make it a nightmare for any adversary. It's not just about flying anymore, it's about fighting and winning on India's own terms. But experts point out that there are several technical challenges ahead.
The model to be adopted for development of AMCA has been declared. There are certain challenges which this development process will face. Technological challenges related to engine, stealth, and other avionics. The engine is a basic thing. You cannot be fully self-reliant unless you have 100% Atmanirbharta. That means everything is made indigenously. And AMCA at the moment, we don't have an indigenous engine. The Kaveri project didn't work out. And we are in talks with, France for Safran, UK, Rolls-Royce, and General Electric in USA to, get these engines and also to help us in overcoming our challenges as far as engine development is concerned.
Now let's take a look at the major frontrunners in stealth jet tech. The F-35, J-20 and Su-47 represent three competing visions of 5th generation air power. The F-35 dominates in stealth and sensor fusion, making it the most combat-tested stealth jet globally. China's J-20 boasts impressive range and altitude, designed to engage targets from afar, though its engines and electronics still lag. Russia's Su-57 focuses on speed and maneuverability, with a versatile payload, but limited stealth and production numbers hinder its impact. With the Indian government's funding boost, India's aerospace industry is ready for a major leap forward. As Defence Minister Rajnath Singh declared, this project is a major milestone towards self-reliance in the aerospace sector. The world is watching, but this time India's not following, it's leading. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Russia and Ukraine are both trading accusations, each blaming the other for escalating attacks. As the missiles fly, the chances of peace talks in the three-year war seem even more distant. Russia's defense ministry has accused Ukraine and European countries, and I'm quoting here, taking provocative steps to thwart direct peace talks, adding that there has been a surge in Western-supplied drones and rocket attacks that have struck deep inside Russian territory over the past week. In return, Russia insists its airstrikes are merely retaliation, a counter to what it calls relentless Ukrainian drone aggression. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, more than 2,300 drones have been intercepted in just 1 week. On the other hand, Ukraine claims that it is under nightly barrage of attack drones, ballistic missiles and cruise strikes.
All the more so as Russian strikes are becoming increasingly brazen and large-scale every night. Over 900 attack drones launched against Ukraine in just 3 days, along with ballistic and cruise missiles. There is no military logic in this, but it is a clear political choice. The choice of Putin, the choice of Russia, the choice to keep waging war and destroying lives.
In Ukraine's Sumy region, Russian shelling killed at least one civilian and injured two others. Footage released by Ukraine's State Emergency Service shows firefighters trying to extinguish blazes, claiming that the attack involved cluster munitions. In the skies above both Russia and Ukraine, drone warfare continues to escalate, with Russia claiming to have downed 99 Ukrainian drones, while Kiev says it neutralized 43. Both the sides say that they are working on a framework for peace, but their actions tell a different story. Russia says it is drafting a memorandum that would lay down principles for a ceasefire and settlement. The Foreign Ministry said that the document is taking shape and will be handed over to Ukraine once complete.
Russia continues to work on a draft memorandum on a future peace treaty, defining a number of positions, such as the principles of settlement, the timing of a possible peace agreement, and a potential ceasefire for a certain amount of time if appropriate agreements are reached. As soon as the memorandum is ready, it will be handed over to Kiev. We expect the Ukrainian side to conduct the same kind of work and to hand us their draft when getting the Russian document.
Russian President Vladimir Putin, after speaking with US President Donald Trump earlier this month, said that he's willing to negotiate, but only under terms defined by Moscow. The US-led diplomatic push to bring both sides to the table, it now seems to have reached a stalemate. And frustration is also growing in Washington, D.C., where Trump, on his Truth Social account, said he has always had a very good relationship with Putin, but claimed, in his word, that Putin has gone absolutely crazy. Yesterday, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz announced that Germany and its allies have lifted restrictions on how Ukraine can use Western weapons. That in effect means that Kiev is now free to strike targets inside Russia, a move that could perhaps pave the way for Germany to deliver its long-range Taurus cruise missiles, capable of striking over 500 kilometers with devastating accuracy. Ukraine could now hit Russian logistics hubs, command centers, and supply lines far from the front. And that, in turn, is likely to prompt an even fiercer Russian response. So where does that leave diplomacy? The short answer to that is nowhere. Both Russia and Ukraine say that they want peace. Both are working on their own versions of how to get there. But in practice, both appear to be lighting fires under the negotiating table. Mutual accusations, increasing attacks, and rising global involvement, all of this, it is now pushing the hope for talks further into the distance. Whatever chance remains for meaningful dialogue seems even more distant now. And with each side blaming the other, peace seems to slip further out of reach. The Odisha government has decided to secure trademark rights for certain words and logos associated with the iconic Jagannath Mandir. This comes as Bengal named a newly built temple, Jagannath Dham, in Diga, which is alleged to be a namesake of the one in Puri and inaugurated by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee just last month. While the final list of words is yet to be finalized, terms like Shri Jagannath Dham, Shri Mandir, Mahaprasad, Nilachal, Dham in association with the shrine, all these words would reportedly be patented. As per the temple authorities, the decision to trademark comes amid the need to protect the cultural, religious and spiritual identity of the Puri temple, as well as to safeguard the sentiment of millions of devotees. The temple attracts on regular basis. The Odisha government has also argued that the term Jagannath Dham could only be exclusively used to refer to the Puri temple, one of India's 4 sacred dhams. The Odisha Chief Minister also wrote a letter to his Bengal counterpart urging the same. That matter is even more pressing as Bengal accounts for a substantial portion of the tourist footfall to Puri, which makes the row between the two states even more tricky at this point of time. Well, a new drug that could help combat one of the world's most dangerous drug-resistant bacteria is now entering its final stage of human trials. In a fascinating medical marvel, the first new antibiotic in 50 years to tackle a common superbug will soon be tested on patients. Recently, Roche, which is the Swiss pharmaceutical giant, announced that its experimental antibiotic manufactured in collaboration with Harvard University is now moving into phase 3 trials. In the final stage, the drug will be tested on around 400 patients worldwide. But what's the drug's claim to fame? In short, the drug is able to combat superbug. It is a bacteria known to cause severe infections like pneumonia and sepsis, often acquired in hospitals. And this is huge and could prove to be a big medical breakthrough. That's should trials become a success. And if successful, the drug could be ready for approval by the end of this decade. The superbug is a deadly pathogen affecting people mostly with weak immune systems, one which has been called an urgent threat by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and a priority B, the WHO. What's more alarming is the fact that it's growing stronger and more resistant to existing antibiotics every passing day, thus posing a great threat to human health. And this drug, formulated almost after 5 decades, can perhaps be a game changer in the global fight against antibiotic resistance, and might even lead to more such life-saving discoveries in the fight against other resistant bacteria in the coming days.